A pop icon and without argue the greatest singer of recent times, 12 times Grammy winner, and a goddess to her loyal Swifties, Taylor Swift has entered her latest entanglement with football sensation Travis Kelce, and it's already a big hot mess. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about none other than the shocking and seemingly random union of the pop and sports stars beloved by all who know them. Is their relationship as legitimate as it seems? Or is it little more than a PR stunt designed to merge demographics, as many fans believe? What's the best possibility for this union to turn out? Let's get right into it. As most of you are likely familiar with it, I won't go into too much detail on how this all came to be, but we'll do a quick speed run of the timeline for these two lovebirds. Starting months earlier during a podcast where Travis playfully threw shade on Swift for not talking to him after a concert he attended, things snowballed from there. Little comments and hints on social media dropped every so often, and before anyone knew it, the two were attending each other's events, be they concerts or games. And then finally, the confirmation of their status as a couple, nay, the power couple of today. Great, that didn't take too long. On to the good stuff. While the couple seemed to be genuine by all measures, there are a good number of fans whose feathers were more than a little ruffled by the relationship. On the side of football fans, many believed that Taylor, as a fan of the Eagles football team, was stringing Travis along as some super convoluted scheme to make her team win the next Super Bowl. Yes, because falling for a hot guy and having a clearly positive relationship with him just screams. This is all part of my evil plan. Come on, really? As ridiculous as that may be, it's still at least an objection to the relationship that has some reasoning attached to it, outlandish as it may be. On the other hand, there are quite a few who are against the partnership simply because they see it as something that devalues the ruggedness of the sport, I guess. Toxic masculinity and insecurity don't even begin to cover that can of worms, I'm afraid. Over on the other side of the fence are the Taylor Swift fans, or, Swifties. Who comes up with these names? Now, unlike the football fans, the Swift fans actually might have had better reason for their concerns earlier on. Spoken concerns being that this whole thing is a PR stunt, meant to gain publicity for the fields both people come from. While this would be mutual, these fans are more focused on how Travis would stand to gain a much larger and more diverse fan following through a relationship with Taylor. Even as far as the NFL itself, reaching a much larger demographic through the chance to grab the interest of pop fans who may never have even given a second thought to football. Now, while that may hold some merit, nobody can claim that they can't reap those benefits as a bonus and still primarily be in a healthy relationship. After all, regardless of what anyone may want to say, the boost to engagement would be significant on both sides. With Travis showing up at several of Swift's shows and concerts and displaying his very open support for her, there's no small amount of his own, as well as NFL fans in general, who will have their eyes and ears turned towards the music superstar. Likewise, Taylor's appearances at Travis's games, which are highlighted by the media whenever she's spotted, bring tons of her fans to get a look at the game of football. Who knows how many of those fans may find a new interest out of that? Taking all of that into account, the large majority of both fan bases are much more positive about the budding relationship. From how the two have handled it, to how they behave around each other and the level of clear support they show, it's clear to most that the relationship is far from a hoax. Quite frankly, the ones who think it's just a publicity stunt need to go outside and touch some grass. I'm sorry, someone had to say it. In our idolization of celebrities, we tend to forget that at the end of the day, they're just people. And if they want to be happy with someone who's not quite the same as them, more power to them. If anything, those are the kinds of relationships that always stay interesting because you've always got something or the other to share with your partner that's new to them. But let's put that all aside for now. It's more than a little parasocial to be speculating on such details of their life. Humoring the naysayers for a moment, let's say it all is a publicity stunt. They sure waited a hell of a long time to get it going if that is the case. Both Travis and Taylor were spotted at each other's events showing support well before their relationship was ever confirmed. Hell, Taylor herself has quite frankly stated that they were already in a well-established relationship before being spotted at each other's events. To quote her directly, "I think some people think we saw our first date at that game. We would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date. This only cements the fact that they have been taking their partnership seriously and treating it as something real and important to both parties. Though it's certainly a bit early to say anything too extreme, one can only hope this power couple stays as one for a long time to come. Heck, if some of the fans have their way, we may be hearing wedding bells in just a slightly distant future. Of course, there are still, and always will be, the parasocial trolls who can't stand their favorite star being used by someone for their fame. Those people are best left to their own devices. Moving away from those rather concerning individuals, though, there are those with genuine concerns about the long-term plausibility of the relationship. This is due in no small part to Travis's previous relationship with Kayla Nicole, which, if you ask any who followed that whole thing, was full of red flags. Should things go south again, it won't really be pretty for either of them. Conversely, Travis better watch out if that does happen, because knowing Taylor's track record, he'll probably be in for a good few songs tailored toward him. Get it? Tailored? Oh, screw you all. That was a good pun. Regardless, those who are aware of that period in the tight end's life have the general consensus that the man has changed a good deal since then, and it's been for the better. Between that and how happy Taylor seems in their public appearances together, things don't look half bad. If we're talking about my personal opinion, there's merit to more or less all of the more realistic thoughts on the situation. There certainly is a PR benefit to both individuals and the fields they come from. With Taylor's involvement in football, the NFL finally has a way to reach the demographic that has eluded it for a long time. That is to say, the younger generation, specifically on the female side. Likewise, the involvement of Travis in the pop community stands to draw the attention of quite a few football fans towards a genre of music they may never have given a second thought to before. The thing to ask, though, is, why does that need to be seen as one of them using the other? Isn't it the case in any healthy relationship that those involved drive each other to be better, to do more, that they pick each other up and supplement their strengths with their own where they can, rather than either of them using the other to bolster their careers, which they frankly don't need? They're able to provide value to each other in all aspects of life. In every way that matters, they appear to be a real power couple. That's the business side alone, but once more coming back to the point about celebrities just being people when it comes down to it. One need only take a look at some of the heartfelt moments between Swift and Kelce to see the reality. From Travis greeting a giddy Taylor with open arms after her performance during the Eras Tour to his enthusiastic participation in said shows. From Taylor's presence at his games with Travis's parents themselves to just the way they speak of each other. If you take away all the drama and their reputations and just look at them as two people, everything we can see paints one solid and even beautiful picture. One of two people from vastly different backgrounds, who manage to find each other in a crazy world and are able to bring real happiness to their partnership. A couple who are as genuine as they are supportive of each other, and who, with a little bit of luck, aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out this other very interesting video showing on screen. See you in the next one.